Hello YouTube, B3 back another kicking action figure review. Today's review is over another Kamen Rider, and it is the TK01 Kamen Rider Drive Type Speed. Yes, I love Kamen Rider Drive. Awesome show, really cool. And this is his speed form. It's pretty much just the default form for Kamen Rider Drive, which is awesome. He's a very good looking rider. Very cool design, I think. He's all about fast cars instead of fast motorbike, which is a nice little change. I mean, he's not the first rider to have a car, but still. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I wanted multiple forms of Drive, and I didn't want to have to pay figure arts price for a bunch of figures of the same character, even if they are different forms. So I decided to pick up the TK line. It's a really cool line. It's a lot like the Forms Module Change series line or the Wizard Action Please line. Very cool, much cheaper. You can get them on Amazon. That's where I got this guy. He was about like 12, 13 bucks, something like that. I used gift cards to get him, so it's hard for me to really remember. But here is the packaging. You know, you got his other tire Kokon in here. Pretty cool. There's Drive himself. A picture of the figure there on the side. As you can already see, not really figure arts quality, but it's still a really posable, well-detailed line and everything. Not everything has to be a figure art, you know. Really awesome. Bottom of the fig. Some side action. There he's with some fire effects on him. They don't come with him, obviously. That's computer effects. It's the computer, dude. Some info. And you can get Tridoron, I think is how you pronounce the car's name. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But yeah, you know, the coolest stuff. You can get tire packs for it that come with a bunch of different tires. I might pick up one of those. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there's doodly da 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 doodly doing his rider kick. You can spin the tire. That's pretty cool. And you got stuff on the top here, shows you how to exchange the tires and everything. Pretty cool. I don't want to toss this package with the save room. I'm gonna, so I'm getting a good look at it before he goes. But yeah, it's really cool. Now let's get him out of the package. And here he is out of package. Kamen Rider Drive Type Speed. Very cool. I am very happy about how this figure came out. It is quite awesome. We'll take a gander right now. Kamen Rider Drive, default type speed form. Okay, very nice. First of all, I'd like to say detail and paint's pretty awesome. Really, the only complaint I have is I would have liked some color on his bracelet here that he puts his cars in. Other than that, I think he's great. Honestly, sometimes this type of line gets the eyes a little flat, but this guy's eyes look magnificent, just like they're supposed to, just like headlights. Headlights is the word I was looking for. Also, I burped. So yeah, you know, that's real great. The whole head actually has a great sculpt to it. Really love the head. Very nice. His tire fits on very well. It doesn't look weird or anything, and it's very easy to pop tires on and off, so that's cool. Nice shoulder blades that don't hinder, even though they look like they would, but they don't. So that's really cool. You can get his arms all the way out, everything. That's nice. Very just nice detail. And that's a good paint on this guy. He's got a little sticker right here on his belt. Very cool, Mr. Belt. He's got his cars here. It would have been nice if the cars were different colors, honestly. But, because there's cars sculpted in there, but when they're not colored, it just looks empty. It just looks empty. So it kind of just, yeah, you see what I mean? Some like different colors on the cars would have been cool. Nice detail right there on the knees. Very nice, you know, stuff right on the bottom of the feet. He's got peg holes. A lot of black on his back. Some people might be like, oh, there's not a lot of paint on the black. But honestly, Kamen Rider Drive just has a lot of black on his back. So it's actually pretty accurate, honestly. You see how it looks like the bottom of a vehicle also? That's pretty cool, I think. Yeah, he has a really cool design. I really like Kamen Rider Drive's look. Now for articulation. The head goes up yay much, down yay much, not a big deal. You know, you got some wobble side to side. It seems like the wheel might hinder a little, but if you just tilt back, you're okay. And then the wheel spins, as you saw already. That's fun. That's super fun. Up and down, forward, back. Ooh, you're a little squeaky there, aren't you, buddy? And you have a kind of a bicep swivel, I guess, right there. And an elbow bend, but this part of the arm, if you hold this swivel down, this also swivels a little bit. So, you know, that's that. Then you have a wrist swivel and finger articulation for every 2 fingers and no thumb. So, you know, that's that. Still pretty cool. You got a waist swivel, and then down here on the legs you have in and out, and you can do total splits, which is cool. I don't want to bend this up too much though, you know, so I'm careful with that. Forward and back, you know, that's pretty dope. You got thigh swivel, single knee bend, but it goes all the way, so it's a pretty good knee bend still, even though it's a single. And then you got a ball on the foot here, so you get like an ankle pivot out of it, up and down, you know, all kinds of good movement in the foot for doing awesome dynamic Kamen Rider poses. I'm going to do a racist Japanese announcer voice the whole video. Is that cool? Awesome. But yeah, let's get into his accessory and stuff that comes with the figure. This guy does come with instructions, but honestly, he's not very complicated. As you can see, you just pop him apart, and you slap whichever wheel you want on there. Max Flare is the wheel that comes with him. I like Max Flare a lot. It's really just a fire wheel. No big deal, nothing too fancy. One of the first wheels he uses in the show. Shows you how to put him on the Trideron car, and all kinds of cool stuff. And yeah, the tire that's on him right now is just his type speed tire, you know, default tire, kinda. And it's easy to pop off, no big deal. Type of speed! I've already done that in this video. But yeah, here's a good look at the type speed tire. It's whatever, it says type speed on the side. And then he comes with, boop, Max Flare. So glad they're written on the side, because it's hard for me to remember. And it's like a clear orange. But you pop these little bits out on it, and he's got all the spikes that Max Flare is supposed to have, even though I'm having some trouble with this specific one. I don't have long fingernails, so it's a little difficult for me to get this thing open. Max Flare. And here's drive with the Max Flare tire on. You'll want it so the spikes are going that way. Pretty cool. You got to open them all up individually, which is whatever. You know, still spins just fine. That's pretty cool. But yeah, you know, Max Flare, pretty cool. And if you got the Tamashii Fire effects, which I'll show you with him later, you know, it's a pretty cool thing. This one's kind of loose right here. It doesn't want to stay up exactly, but it's whatever. I can just stick that one in the back when it was on display, and then do it like that. Now we're going to do a few size comparisons. Here's Kamen Rider Drive with the Forns Module Change Series, Kamen Rider Meteor on the left, and the Wizard Action Please, Kamen Rider Wizard Flame Style on the right. So these are the same type of line, but for the Kamen Rider Forns and Kamen Rider Wizard series. And I think they scale pretty well together. They look wonderful next to each other. Here's Drive Type Speed with some SH figure arts. Here on the left, Kamen Rider Forns. And it's the basic sculpt for Kamen Rider Forns, but this one specifically is Kamen Rider Forns Rocket States. And on the right we have Kamen Rider Narishiko. It's shown with a female mold, and they're supposed to be around high school age, so it makes sense that he is taller than them, and that is awesome. They totally work together. And lastly, here he's with some S.I.C. Super Imaginative Chigoken figures. Here on the left, the 3 3/4 inch Kamen Rider Hibiki, and on the right, the 7-inch Kamen Rider Cake Hopper from Kabuto. Yeah, and he doesn't scale well with either of them. He's going to work well with the other figures I showed him with in those lines, but not these lines. And I will show him with more Kamen Rider Drive figures as I get more Kamen Rider Drive figures. So what are my final thoughts on the TK01 Kamen Rider Drive Type Speed figure? Well, he's really awesome. I really do like him. As you can see, he goes well with Tamashii effects here. Here he is with just the red flame effects from Tamashii. Really, really cool. They go great with his Max Flare there. And he'll also scale well with the figure arts that these Tamashii effects are primarily meant for. He'll scale well with other lines like his for Kamen Riders. They changed the name of the line for each series, which is fine, you know, I don't care. He's not going to scale well with the S.I.C figures, or S.I.C figures, sadly. But, you know, he scales well with most other Kamen Riders I have, which is pretty ace. Now people are going to start saying ace in everyday life because I said it in this video. But, yeah, that's it, you guys. Please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. But, yeah, that's it. This is a really cool figure. If you can't afford the figure art, it is a fantastic substitute and will scale well with other figure arts that you might have. Honestly, I do recommend it. And that's it. Thank you all once again, and I'll see you all later.